Alright, we are back. We'll go ahead and get some gem cutting going. So, Lafdul, first of all, you can cut 1d10 gems per day, so it's probably only going to take 2 days to do this, unless you roll really crappily. Since we've got 2 weeks, I'm not even going to bother doing that. Go ahead and we will start with the first unique purple one.
So you just click
We
the
don't
button, or do you want me
we
to roll
don't
it?
have the name of the purple one written down, but I'm assuming we identified it at this point.
I just assume I'd have to go for a reference book if I don't know about the gem cuts and stuff like that.
Yeah. At this point, yeah. So the purple one is it's an Oriental amethyst, or a Shaolong amethyst, as they're sometimes known. It's actually a purple corundum. But go ahead and roll your proficiency check.
I will roll it out because it doesn't show if I press the button, I think. Doesn't
That's
it?
fine.
Hang on.
I don't...
I'll test it. I can't remember.
Yeah.
If yeah, it does work. Oh.
Okay. All right. You successfully cut this gem, and you believe that you could sell that for 1,000 gold pieces now. It is a very nice, and it's not a common gem.
Oh god, Higgimus, I actually want that. It's also known as a purple sapphire.
Yeah.
It's corundum.
What a great find, guys.
Aren't you glad Lafdul took gem cutting?
So you've got a -2 to your score, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's
18
just
minus 2.
do 5d20 then for the jets.
5d 20 minus 2?
No, just ignore the 2. We'll just subtract
Alright.
2 mentally. It's just easier that way.
Oh, one failure.
Alright, yes. So one of them has been ruined.
Oh, can I not cut it in half?
No, there was a flaw that you didn't take into account, you didn't notice, and it splits down the center, and fractures into multiple pieces.
Can I grind it up for gem dust?
Sure. Yeah.
No, because that's a spell component, isn't it?
If you have a use for it, yeah, you can do that.
What type of gem was
Rather
this?
than throw it away.
Yeah, these were jet, and technically you're actually like you chip off chunks until you can then make a nice smooth Cabicon cut with sandpaper and stuff like that. But otherwise, you get 4 cut jets worth 100 gold pieces each. All right, this time do 60-20.
Say 100 each, right?
Yes. Yes. So there were 4 of them.
Another failure.
You notice how the first time, for both times, the first time the
Yeah.
first roll was only the first roll was failure, so it works out.
Yep.
Kind of fucked up the first one. Is like, okay, now that I know that, let's keep it in mind.
That
Realizing my error.
actually, that's a good way to roleplay it. Yeah. So these are the Hamburgiles, and you've got another one that you can turn into gem dust if you have a use for it. Note that you'll still want to keep them separate, just in case.
Well, I haven't actually looked at for a spell to see if there once was one, but I'm just thinking for like role-playing reasons that some wizard would probably want one, or a blacksmith, because they use it for sharpening weapons.
You said they're how much each?
These are 50 each. I probably wouldn't go for a blacksmith, but I mean, there are various spells or magic items. They might be useful in such preparations.
And
Gem
one of
dust
them
is
was
kind of a
ruined?
common ink ingredient for spell scrolls and stuff like that.
Said one was ruined.
So you ended up with 4 of the jets and 5 of the Hamburgiles.
Jets look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone wants to keep those instead of selling them, they can, like subtract the appropriate amount and then put down one of those gems. Otherwise, you can sell them later.
Purple.
You could have that gem inserted into your shield or something.
It's a little bit late for that.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. The shields are going to be done 4 days after your break period is done.
Ah.
This is where Higgimus says, "Can we wait 4 days for my shields?"
Nope.
No?
Oh.
Nope.
Really?
Something's going to
Nope.
happen then.
Aw.
Somebody's gonna contact us or something, I bet.
All right. Leva, did you want to learn some spells?
Yes, I did.
What
I have a list.
Okay.
Was there
What
something
did-
else
what
that
is-
you wanted, Ockar?
So there was the whole thing that we talked about with her wanting to ask Xanthir about alchemy lessons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
learning the spells is pretty quick. Do you have a Lafdul? Do you have a weapon proficiency slot?
I should have. I haven't took any.
Don't forget the boxes.
Double
Sasha.
check while we're talking about this. At what
All right.
levels you gain them? All right, Leva.
Yes.
Trying to think of a good way to do this quick.
I've got a list a lot higher up, but I don't know if those are the ones you have available.
Yeah, well, let's see if we can just do this pretty quick. I believe you have a minus 5% to your chance to learn roll for non-wild magic spells.
Just a moment. You wrote it down somewhere? Yes, -5.
Okay. And your chance to learn is what? It's under intelligence.
Under intelligence. Oh, chance to learn is 85.
Okay, so that would be 80 for all these other spells.
That's
Okay.
a pretty good chance to learn.
All right, so what do you want to learn first?
Okay, let's. Oh, I have a question. One question to all this.
Yep.
I brought it up before, but we didn't talk about this. We have Phantasmal Force, Improved Phantasmal Force, and later on we have Spectral Force. Would you really, in my place, would you take all three? Or if not, which one would you actually want to take?
I would.
Aren't those? Isn't Phantasmal Force like the level 2 version, and then it goes in its higher levels?
Phantasmal Force is a level 1 version, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then Improved Phantasmal Force is level 2, Spectral Force is level 3, and each new version has some new functionality to it. To a certain extent, if I was not an illusionist, I probably would ignore the lower level ones.
Okay.
Um,
In the end, that's what I sort of decided.
Yeah, they're, I mean, when you're an illusionist and you get a free spell slot that you can put an illusion spell in, they're pretty good. But at the same time, as you move up in levels, they tend to they get less and less and less good because you need additional functionality to make them really believable. Like Phantasmal Force, the level 1 version, has no sound.
Yes.
So that kind of gives it away in a lot of cases.
Yes. I agree.
So that's that. I mean, you can learn 18 spells per spell level. At which point anything beyond that you would have to actually research, even if it was a really common spell. So you might want to be a little judicious about some of those.
I'm far away from that. I'm going to run out of spellbook pages long before that.
All right.
So I've been rather careful about the list I made, and I'm still sorting it out. So the one thing I want is mount.
Okay.
Just for the fun of it. So what do I roll?
1d100 and then your
level is
number
that?
of pages.
What does mount do?
Is it a sub amount?
Creates a horse.
Creates
I
a
got
horse.
my tree steed at level 4. Well, spellcasting 4.
All right, that's a learn.
Creates
Wow.
a horse.
Let me
Temporarily.
see.
I think it's an illusionary horse.
Nope.
It's a real horse.
Yeah, it's a real horse, but it's temporary.
It's a
How much
conjuration.
so,
That's just so weird. It's a real horse, but it's temporary.
So
you can-
it summons a horse.
No, it creates a horse.
How can you create
But
something?
it's not an illusion.
Well, it might actually summon. Is it conjuration summoning? I don't remember.
I didn't know where it is, but it does create a horse, and I can sit on it, and I can ride around on it.
Yeah, and it's not an illusion.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll for your number of pages.
So that's
Just 1d6.
Yeah.
It's level 1.
oh my god.
Oh, it is a conjuration summoning.
All right, so yeah, it does summon it from somewhere else. That's right.
Conjures a normal amount to serve him.
But when it's done, it goes back to wherever it is.
Yeah,
There is a
return into
common
self-base.
player trick to try and make money by casting mount and selling it.
You'd have to be evil, though.
Most horse traders pick up on that pretty darn quick.
Yeah, after the first time, and then the horse disappears.
Well, and it's also the kind of thing that, if you're learning horse trading, the person that you're learning from is like, all right, now, son, I got this to tell you about wizards,
All right, the next spell is Chromatic Orb.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
And then number of pages.
Manic Orb is like a really good high spell once you hit high levels, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it has a chance. A level 1 spell when you're 12th level that can instantly kill. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and you get to choose the element it is, right? When you cast it?
Yes. Well, to certain extents. It doesn't have every element.
Actually, Xanthi used it once or twice, as I remember.
Yeah, but that-
500 gold gems.
Yeah,
50.
I don't think
50, I mean.
I think we were still learning about spells.
That's
And
that's
we
it
didn't
for
realize.
that's it for level 1 spells.
Okay.
I'd like to know ESP.
All right.
The spells I mainly used back when I played Xanthir was Color Spray and Magic Missile.
Well,
Fireball.
you might want to pick up that potion again. Because that's a failure.
That's a failure.
That's a failure.
Okay.
Well, you can try again when you level.
Next one is Knock.
Okay.
What spell did she fail on?
ESP.
ESP, which is a really good spell.
I've got mind reading magic, actually.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Yeah, clearly she doesn't understand how the knock works.
Nope.
After's an expert at this.
That's how he knows how to open all the locks, right?
There's only reason to acquire this ability.
So, next one is Invisibility.
All right.
That would be very useful.
Oof.
Nope.
Nope.
What's her score? She needs to pass on?
80 for non-wild magic spells.
So, the
Cat
next
Grace.
Make sure that you're noting down which ones you are failing to memorize, learn.
I'm writing down. If you look, I'm right. The ones I learned, I put into my character sheets. The other ones I leave outside.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as you're making a note that you failed to learn it, because that means you can't do this again. You have to actually research the spell, go through the process of spell research.
Okay, let me just. You know that the game knows the spells I take for the fun of it, not because they're useful. I got. But as the spells that I actually useful, I fail.
The game knows. It's roll 20.
Yeah.
Or was it invisibility? Fail.
Knock.
Next one would be, since I failed all these, I go for ray of enfeeblement.
Okay.
There we go. That's a pretty decent spell. We see when Agent Burden does.
Yep. So it's 1d6 plus 1 for a number of pages.
Yeah.
Shame you don't have you haven't got enlarged. That'd be a useful spell for Higgimus. if he doesn't fail his magic resist. That pass, I mean.
How many pages you got left?
Just a moment. It's 43.
Oh, that's pretty good still.
Now, if there are spells from the player's handbook that you want to know that are not in one of these spell books, you can basically take the Evart spellbook to the Wizards Guild and basically say, hey, if someone has, this spell that I want to learn, you can learn what you want out of this spellbook I have.
Yep, I want a raise. But can we do that afterwards?
Sure, yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay, so what was that? That was one. Cat's Grace.
Alright.
Ooh.
What does that spell do?
Plus agility, dex. That'll be very useful for me and you. Oh, even. Higgimus.
There you go. Yeah, Cat's Grace is kind of like strength, but for dexterity.
And I can put it on to someone else, can't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Best roll.
Yes. Okay. Next one is continual light.
Alright.
Oh, that's a good.
I've got a scroll a lot.
Yeah, but she can fix up all those lights Braxon made for the ship.
There you go.
Isn't there a cost, though, for the spell component?
Nope.
No?
No, not for this one.
Continual light is a really good spell for spell jamming ships. Period.
So, did this one make it?
Yeah.
57? I think it did.
You need to get below 80.
Under 80.
Yeah. Continual light does very slowly consume what it's cast on. So if you cast it on a torch, you'd have a continual light torch that would go for a few weeks. Or maybe months or something like that. If you cast it on something like a diamond or a corundum or something like that, it would be well beyond your lifetime.
Even an elven lifetime?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's pretty damn long.
Just cast it on any old bloody gem. They last for a long time anyway.
I mean, even put it on most metals.
Steel.
Yeah, I mean that's even that's hundreds of years, if not 1,000 or something like that. It's.
But the item gets progressively weaker, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, unless you put it on your sword blade and then use that sword blade for hundreds of years, it's not going to be a problem.
Only an elf could do that.
Wizard Lock.
All right.
That's the second choice one.
Yeah, actually, you do not need to roll for that.
I don't?
Yeah,
Why?
it's an automatic. It is a universal spell, and you never need to roll for a universal spell.
Oh, okay. But I still need to roll for the pages, correct?
Yes.
Wizard Lock's also a really good spell for us.
It's good for locking up your
Not
spellbook
worth
as well.
pages. Not worth 5 pages.
So I got a question. Can Leva take out unused spell pages out of other spell books and put it into hers?
No.
Because it would mess up the binding.
Yeah.
You'd have to rebind the book.
Yeah, you'd have to debind and rebind. And
You
books
told
can
me there
only
were
have
20
100 pages anyway.
Oh, so
Spell
she would
books.
have to make a second book because she has a max-size book to take it.
You told me I could use some pages in the Thugs book?
Yes, you can. You can also get the erase spell. And I'm sorry, I made a mistake earlier. Knock is universal as well. You get that automatically. So roll for pages.
Oh. Nice.
My mistake.
Oh, God.
Wow.
It's a
Game's
really
like,
complicated spell.
well, since you're
Yeah.
gonna get it anyway, I'm gonna screw you another way.
What? Oh,
Could have been worse. Could roll a 6.
I didn't want to say anything, but it's one of those spells that's like, it's useful, but Lafdul gets it automatically, so you can have your spells used elsewhere. Saves pages, but... Yeah.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, what if Lafdul dies? What if the party
Yeah.
split
She can
up?
learn it later on.
What if you're in a situation where, oh, there's 2 doors that we want to open?
Yeah.
She has to memorize it, though.
What if you use your other power instead of knock one day, and then you don't have access to it?
Mm.
You know?
The day when I use Alter Self. Change
Serious?
Self.
It's a good spell.
That's
I know
it.
it's good
That's it.
spell, but, yeah.
All right, were there any player's handbook spells that you wanted?
I didn't look at those, to be honest.
Okay.
I made this list, and this was from the books we found.
Okay.
That's it.
Sleep's not on that list. Wasn't Sleep
Sorry?
in those books?
Sleep was in one of those books, but maybe she doesn't want to learn it.
It's it would have been very useful in the beginning, but I think it's losing its usefulness the more we go on.
Yeah,
It's
yes and
still
no.
useful for crowd control. You can still use it in utility, not even in combat. For role playing, you just put them to sleep, walk off, or something.
Well,
some
also,
peasants.
keep in
guards.
mind that most crew members who are going to be humans or elves or dwarves or something like that are going to be 1-hit die.
Exactly.
So
It'll be great for taking out enemy crew.
yeah,
It's like you might want to get like Wall of Fog to refresh our air supply.
I think she
Use
has
those
that,
spells.
or she has Fog
Does she?
Cloud, one of the two.
I
I
have
know Zamfir had it.
Yeah, no, she picked up one of the two.
I had Obscuring Mist, I think.
No, you had Wall of Fog or Fog Cloud, whichever one. Whichever one is
oh.
level 1.
I have Fog Cloud.
Okay, then Fog Cloud then.
But I mean, if she doesn't want to learn sleep, she doesn't want to learn sleep. That's fine.
Oh no, we're not forcing that.
Yeah. It's up to her. It's
Just
her character.
suggesting.
All right. So, is there
I ju-
any other business that people wanted to do? Because this has
Well,
basically been a
Leva-
business episode.
Leva went to the Magic Tower and talked to Zanfir.
Do you want to roleplay that out?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
If I was okay with it, because
I'm fine.
Yeah.
If that's
I
what you guys
think-
want to do.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like okay, so I'm thinking
Yeah, who
Xavier
remembers
would be
that?
probably like it's like a what's the name of the Mages Guild in Brawl?
I need to look it up.
Because I remember it having a specific name, but I can't remember what the name was right now.
Yeah, I need to look it up.
wasn't it Seekers or something? No,
No.
That was someone else.
The only name that comes to my mind is
The
Mr.
Honored
Tonic,
Mages Guild of Brawl.
Okay, so I'm thinking he would have signed up with them while he's on Brawl. Probably apprentice himself to a higher level wizard or something. So he can like do spell research and stuff and try to make himself a better wizard without adventuring.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say when Leva arrives there, Zamfir would be probably running around doing a few errands in around the guild and probably just runs into her while he's doing it.
Being errand bored, basically.
Oh, Leva, it's good to see you again. How are you?
Hi, Xavier. Yes, I'm okay. How are you doing?
Errands, stuff like that. Gotta earn your weight around here. But yeah, how's the whole adventure thing going?
Oh, we're doing okay. And we sort of miss you, you know?
Yeah. I'm just not really up for adventuring anytime soon. I plan to try it again at some point, but for right now, yeah. Did you need anything?
Well, I was sort of thinking about certain things you were doing while we were adventuring together. Like you were thinking of doing your own potions and stuff like that. And I wondered, do you think I could learn that?
Of course, anybody can. Theoretically, anybody can learn alchemy. If you want some help, I do have a small alchemy lab kind of set up that we can use, so I can show you some of the basics.
Would you teach me? That would be nice.
I can see what I can do. I'm probably not the most skilled at it, but I can at least teach you enough about it so that you can do it on your own.
Well, that would be beautiful. We are having a 2 weeks break. Could I come and study it in your lab?
Of course. It'll be
Okay.
nice to be able to help you guys with that kind of stuff.
Well, that would be nice. Okay, let's do that. I'll start tomorrow.
Sounds good.
So talk to you soon.
Bye, and go back to business. And again, that works out.
So Leva decided to learn alchemy.
Okay.
It's the first It's the first proficiency she decided to learn on her own without being forced to do so. So quite a step for her.
It's just gonna be a while until she actually gets all the mechanics down pat.
Yeah, you, I don't believe you have 2 free slots just yet, but you can have the beginning process for it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah. All right. Now Braxon and Asher were talking about checking the pouch.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys want to say that you're experimenting with it every day, explicitly experimenting with it every day to try and figure out exactly the limitations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what you discover is that every day it shifts coins inside of it up 1 value. So copper to silver to electrum to gold to platinum. And it has a limit of 10 coins, at which point it can do that. If you put in 11 coins, it doesn't do anything.
Ah.
Okay.
So, like, you know, the next day you put in 1 more coin, then the next day you put in 1 more coin, then the next day you put in 1 more coin, until you get to a point where you open it up one day, the day after you put in the 11th coin, and you're like, oh, no change.
How are you going to calculate how many coins we've got? That seems a lot of pain in the ass.
I don't know.
Just say we got so many coins. It isn't going to make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
Well, we can easily buy copper coins, and then put 10 copper coins. Well, in change,
Trade.
we can put 10 copper coins in the bag, and keep them for however many days they need to max out, and then swap them over, and just keep doing that.
Yeah, I'll do something.
Hang on, it's 100 copper coins. You'd have 100 silver if it's +1 each time, up to 11.
Well, no,
But
it's
you can
10.
only put 10 in at a time.
Yeah.
10 physical coins.
No, what I mean is, no, you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
No, what Ord said
It's
was
not-
when we put 11 copper coins in there, They won't
Yeah,
change.
no, I mean, how you got to that process of how many coins you've actually got.
No, I'll figure that. I'll
of
figure
it.
that out after the session. I can make a quick calculation to figure out exactly what it was or something like that, or I'll hand wave it.
Okay, what did I miss?
You guys figured out the pouch. You can get that later if you want the details.
Okay.
But I'll figure out how much you got for the 2 weeks after the session.
Okay.
Because I believe there
We
were
just
4
got-
coins in there at the start of this whole thing.
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
There's 2 other things that we need to do. One, we need to find another helmsman. Braxon said a priest. And then another thing is we need to figure out those boxes we got.
Okay. In the 2 weeks, you actually reconnect up with the elven priestess that assisted you when you went.
Loriana.
Yeah. And
Nice.
it takes some convincing, but
Go on our death cruise.
she agrees
You will
to join you as a helmsman.
What was
Oh,
your name?
I see. Nice. Good call getting a cleric as a second helmsman.
Doesn't mean she's always going to have spells.
I
though,
was
if she's doing
thinking
that.
the same thing too, actually.
All right. So you've got
But she'll
the
have the healing proficiency at least as well. So
you've got
Yeah.
the. Did I figure that out? I'll have to double check her character sheet.
She is the cleric of healing. She would have that though.
I need to double check to make sure that she does.
Maybe,
Fair
maybe
enough.
not.
Unless
anyway.
you're going to be really pedantic about it.
Well, no, I needed to. I can't remember if I gave her proficiencies or not, and I don't feel like checking right now.
Yeah,
I can do it in between sessions. It's fine.
we'll find out later. When someone dies.
Exactly. And then you want
how much are we
to
paying her?
take another look at the boxes.
How much are we paying her to?
Oh,
Same, wasn't it? Oh no, she's level 3. Last time I remember.
So is Nor. So do you guys remember what I said was Nor's?
Let's see if I
Let's
can
see if
find
it's
it.
written down on our.
You can find this out after game.
Yeah, I'll figure it out after game.
Yeah.
All right. So then the box. How do you want to try and open this?
I can't remember how it works.
Well, you don't really know how it works. That's part of the point.
Well, Braxon figured out that it was a puzzle box, or whoever has the carpet.
Yeah. Braxon figured that out.
So I think he marked which was the first one to push.
One of them's trapped as well. Wasn't it with a fire trap or something? Someone said.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's if you get the puzzle wrong, it'll self-combust.
Yeah.
So, right, but I mean, if someone else wants to try it, it's either that or Lafdul.
I'll be there, and I'm gonna be like, "Is there any
If
coins on the box?"
if we know it's a fire-based trap, can I borrow the fire ring? Actually,
I'll
do I
toss.
have, hang on. Don't I have a spell protection fire, resist fire? I don't know if that would work actually. Guardian. No, is it protection? Resist fire and cold.
I'm pretty sure the Ring of Fire Resistance is going to be better than the second level spell.
I get +3 to saving throws, and 50% reduction.
And I don't believe. Well, I don't know. It's up to you.
I would, knowing this, I would. If I'm going to be able to hand wave it, that I would have time to cast that spell and stuff. No,
I'm sorry.
it's around the level.
Sorry, I was
I-
looking for the details of the box. What did you say?
If I've got plenty of time to like rest and.
Yeah.
So I would have that spell on me.
Yeah, if that's what you want, you
Knowing-
can have that spell. That's fine.
I'm gonna suggest that the trap spell is more than likely designed to destroy the box and its contents.
Yeah, but I'd rather not die in a process.
True enough.
Actually, does fine traps work on this?
Not if it. I think there's like a lower chance if it's magical or something like that. But if you have access to dispel magic, you might be able to dispel the
third
trap.
level. Yeah, we would also dispel what's in there, I think.
Well, you could try finding the trap. It will just fail.
You know it's there, so at least
If it's a magical trap, can I...
You have half the chance to detect and remove magical traps.
Could I take it to someone to have a dispel magic cast on it?
You can try. Dispel magic is
a third level.
You know, I'm thinking of the price.
Nah.
I
got protection. It's not like I'm going in completely blind. I know it's there.
I'm gonna have a look at the boxes and see if there's like any hints or clues to the puzzle.
Nope. I mean, if you want to try something, you can roll a 1d20 intelligence check with an unknown modifier.
I'm just studying the boxes, looking for hints and clues.
Dispel magic is 100 gold piece per level of the caster.
Well, it automatically starts at 500 then, I assume.
Yeah. And you
Can
don't
I find any clues?
There's the chance of dispelling is reduced if the caster is lower than the level of the magic in question.
I rolled a d20 to find any clues about the puzzle.
What's your intelligence?
12.
Okay. No, nothing pops out at you as being relevant. You don't see anything that on the squares that looks like it might be some sort of pattern that you could recognize.
Braxon's got an idea.
I'll look to Leva too, because Leva's smarter than I am.
I'm not going to let everyone. I'm not going to let everyone go through and roll an intelligence check.
Yeah.
It's the first person who had the idea.
I'm like, I can't figure this out. Maybe Leva can, because she's a lot smarter than I am.
But would you think that you would give to the guy who normally opens stuff?
I know. I'm thinking of it as I figure it's a puzzle. You're good with actual locks, not puzzles.
Right, but see, the open locks, that works on like combination locks and stuff like that. That's basically any kind of locking mechanism, and it includes puzzle boxes.
Braxon's got an idea.
I would still think of Leva because Leva's smart and I'm not.
Right, but I'm not going to let everyone just go through and say, well, I want to try an intelligence check just to see if I can make this.
It negates the whole point of rolling in the first place, because someone's going to pass.
Braxon's got an idea that involves something rather than just rolling.
All right, Braxon, go ahead.
I was just going to get Leva in on it. That's the only thing I was going to do. Just Leva, no one else.
Braxon said that he has an idea, so let's...
Right, so Braxon would like to get some of the sawdust from when he's been doing woodworking on the ship and sprinkle it over the box and shuffle it off to see if you can perceive any sort of slight gaps.
Gaps?
Well, there are gaps.
Yeah, maybe, well, things that might be like a secret drawer or that sort of thing.
Huh?
The sawdust...
I thought you have the fingerprints or something.
The sawdust only reveals to you the obvious sections that you can see.
Okay.
I mean, there are joints or.
Yeah, he was trying to see if there was a door that was disguised as a joint between two bits of wood that wasn't really a joint. That was a door.
Yeah, that doesn't reveal to you anything that you didn't already see.
That's cool.
Every crack in this thing, every join between the metal and metal and metal and metal and wood could potentially be a place where this thing opens.
Yeah, that's cool. That's all. He just wanted to see if there was anything.
Could I use find traps on an object?
I believe it.
It says I'm going to be facing the direction, so
Yeah.
Didn't you already do that?
no, as in the spell, no.
Okay.
I assumed it was only detect magic that was cast on it.
Yeah, you guys detected magic and you identified.
It would tell me what would trigger it if I use find traps.
Let me see.
The general nature of the trap, magical, mechanical, but not the exact effect, nor how to disarm it. Close examination will, however, enable the caster to sense what intended actions might trigger it.
Yeah, if you want to cast this.
Yeah, that and resist. Oh, I cast that one first.
Okay. All right. What you pick up is that there is both mechanical and magical traps within it, and it does reveal to you that an incorrect sequence, but a specific incorrect sequence, is what will trigger it.
Oh.
It doesn't tell him the specific incorrect
No.
sequence, though, right?
No.
I had to check. Because if it does, well, then you have the correct sequence through process of elimination.
God, that would be something for me in real life.
I think is the contents going to be? Well, I kind of like asked the party: is the contents going to be worth more than it would cost us to dispel it? Because it kind of negates it then.
That depends on the cost of a dispel.
Anything from like 500 to 1,000 go.
Or more.
Yeah, give or take.
The more you spend, the more likely it'll be to be successful.
I was gonna suggest. Well,
Can
if
you
it's
target
only
two things?
correct sequence.
Well, what was
we
that,
just have to not
Yeldin?
get it wrong. I was saying if it's only an incorrect sequence that triggers the trap, we just have to not get it wrong.
Yeah, that's the whole point. We're figuring it out. So if we just simply dispel the trap, but it's still got a mechanical one, so that's easier to deal with.
If we were able to go to a temple and find out where to find the guilty pirate that we were seeking recently, perhaps we could ask what sequence to use with this thing.
Ockar, couldn't you ask?
You got this from the goblins.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah,
from the
we got this from the goblins.
Actually, we got the necklace. Isn't there like a spell that allows you to, as long as you have an object of them? Oh, god damn. I know there is a spell that does this. God knows what that spell is, though.
I'm not sure what you're trying to get at.
It's a divination spell. It would basically allow me to gain information on that person. And I would use it to attempt to... I don't know if it allows me to ask for something specific, like looking at the trap combination, but...
Hold that thought for just a second. There was a question in Twitch that I want to answer. Hey, Billy Sugar. So there's the very long playlist on YouTube, which is everything. It's all the videos. And then there's 4 shorter playlists that are the individual adventure arcs. If you want to skip something, like get to the most recent adventure arc and ignore what came earlier, that's the one that you'd want to go for, the adventure arc for Scourge, the Scourge of the Scavver. Otherwise, the full playlist, and this is a recent change, so sorry if it's a bit confusing. Alright, sorry. What were you asking, Lafdul? A divination to get some more information?
Yeah. Well, this is also augury, but I don't have the component.
You don't want to try your open box?
I don't think it would work on that.
Alt said it would work on puzzle boxes.
Would it? As long as I know.
Knock? I mean, your open locks roll, you can try that. Knock will not work, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because you don't know where it opens is the problem.
So basically, the Open Lock's role would be, you're listening very carefully to see if there's a difference in the sound to the, pushing panels and stuff like that, and hoping that you don't get the wrong combination in your attempt.
So I just try it and see what happens. I asked the party.
What's your open lock percentage?
75.
Well, the box is no use to us shut, so if we've got no other way to open it. I mean, the other thing is if you give up,
we
I
could
chop the
wait
end off.
until we get the spell. I don't know if well, mine's 2 levels away actually. Before I get the spell magic. And even then it would only be a level 5, 50% or whatever.
Oh.
I don't know.
That wouldn't help you open it up.
No, it would dispel the trap.
Yeah, that's not
I
going to
tossed
help
you my
us.
ring.
I'll try it. I'll wear the ring. I'll cast the spell.
But you don't have...
You don't have dispel magic.
Yeah.
No, not dispel magic. Resist fire code.
Okay.
Although it doesn't last too long. That's the problem.
It'll last long enough for you to try to unlock it.
Hang on. Where is it?
And
Protection.
then you have the ring.
Which one was the one that you tried earlier, the smaller one or the bigger one?
Yeah, smaller one, I think.
Okay, so this is a big one. All right.
It's a round 11. How long is a round?
Minute.
Oh. It takes like more than 5 minutes to open this.
It's 1d10.
Yeah, so I get 4 minutes of protection, then it wears off. Can I have multiple castings? Cast one after another, or will that just essentially reset?
Well, I mean, you could, but you'd have to take a break from trying to open this thing, and then you'd have to start again, so...
I'll cast the 4 minutes, that's it. That's all I'm getting. If I do it in 4 minutes, then I do it in 4 minutes. If I don't, I don't.
Okay.
And I will wear the ring, and I will attempt to disarm trap. Oh. Yeah, that'll be first.
Oh, you're going to disarm trap?
Well...
the problem with trying to disarm the trap is that you know there's a trap, but you have no idea how to get to the trap to disarm it. Like, you have to have access to the trap itself to disarm it, or, something to block it from triggering and stuff like that. You don't have that.
So you're just going to have to try to open it and hope. You have a pretty damn high...
Yeah, I know. I hope Ockar's here to heal me. Alright, I will attempt to... I put all my magical stuff aside across the room, then I'm gonna...
Okay.
So if I get incinerated, it doesn't die with me. Alright, now I will attempt to open locks. Sorry, it's been a bit overcomplicated. Just trying to, work it out.
Ooh.
Okay. Surprisingly enough, after
I
6
also write
minutes
down this combination
of poking around and realizing that you had the wrong, combination, starting again, pushing the panels, all of a sudden, the lid pops open.
Oh no. It's gonna spring at me.
Inside this case is red velvet of the highest quality, and when this thing popped open, there was a sound, a whooshing sound, as if this thing was air sealed.
That's your trap.
No, actually, Lafdul would recognize that it was air sealed, preventing any sort of organic damage to whatever's inside it. He's pretty sure that this velvet is old, but it is in pristine condition. Inside is a long, thick staff of some sort, or a rod. It's a shaft of metal. It appears to be steel, perhaps, but you recognize that there is mithril and gold on it.
Ooh.
At one end is a large flanged sphere.
Mhm.
Does Leva have identify magic ready for this?
No, she didn't say that she did.
Detect
There is
No.
also resting on the inside a mithril and silver diadem. It's
What's
clearly it's a it goes around your forehead and oftentimes is a type of crown or tiara type thing, but more of a chain or a thin rod.
Oh,
Oh god, if that's a diadem of intelligence.
yeah, maybe.
It is exquisite elven craftsmanship. You recognize that much. The center of the diadem has a star sapphire surrounded with paradots.
Wow.
It's incredibly valuable, whatever it is.
And in addition, there is a silver, a mithril and platinum flute, a fipple flute. It is again elven craftsmanship, exquisitely made. You see that along the sides are scroll work that reminds you of leaves and vines.
There's only inscriptions on
Too
them.
bad we don't have a bard.
No inscriptions.
That is incredibly valuable, whatever it is.
It could be a magical flute.
Leva, give me an
That no one can
intelligence
play.
check.
Level's been quiet. I don't know if she's here.
I am.
Oh, hello.
Did you hear me ask for the intelligence check? Ah, yes.
I mean,
Okay, something about this tugs out a memory, an old memory, but that's about it.
Ooh.
Something
however,
to
Leva
research.
could identify, and we could try and identify it the next day.
You could?
Probably.